Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the second part of this series for vendor trips, promos, and social posts. We are going to be looking at the vendor website promos and how to find the deals, or using the vendor's website, how to choose between land and package deals when you're building your promo, and also how to build the promo with extra perks so that you can add some value to your client's package. My name is SADE. I'm the owner of TravelHolics. I also own Gypsy CRM, which is a marketing tool and CRM management for travel agents looking to scale their business through automation. I'm going to kind of jump right on in here because I actually recorded this video already. And at the end of the recording, it deleted. So I am going to start from the top and hope that this time we get it all and it saves. So let's jump in it. With today's lesson, I'm going to be using Vaxification. And the first thing I want to point out before getting into finding these deals is that we have to realize that there are two main types of deals when we look for vendor deals. One is going to be the typical book 4 nights, get the fifth one free, or a percentage off, or get a free excursion or upgrade in your transfers. Those are perks that are very advantageous to the client. Then the second type of deal are agent perks, where maybe there's a bonus commission or a bonus amount of points within that hotel chain that we could use towards a free night or upgrading of our own room. And then there is something that's really like a mix and match of both of those options. So when you're combing through your vendor's website and you're looking for travel deals, you want to see, is this deal something that's great for my client? Is it great for me? Or is it great for both? And that's what we're going to talk about. So first things first, in using Vaxifications, they have something called offers and incentives and an offer wizard. We are going to go there in that we are going to filter through different options so that way we can kind of get something to promote. Now, when we are looking at packages that are complete with air, hotel, transfers, taxes, all those good things, some vendors will allow you to add the flight on a payment plan, or they're going to want full cost of that flight paid up front in the form of your deposit. That doesn't always sit well with every client, but it's okay because, different people have different target audiences. And if your target market is okay with paying for their flights up front, then that particular deal would work for you. The other thing to keep in mind is that when we are promoting deals with packaged flight in it, we kind of limit the reach of client, in that if the deal is for, Baltimore to Vegas on this amazing deal, and we say, hey, flights are included, that means any client that we have outside of the Baltimore area is excluded, really from that deal. So when people are scrolling your social media and they're looking at these deals and they're like, oh, well, I don't live in Baltimore, so it must be higher for flights or package pricing if it's coming from my city, or, oh, well, that deal doesn't pertain to me, and they keep scrolling. When you remove the flight portion, you allow people to say, I wonder how much it is if I add the flights from my city. I wonder if the deal is still good. And that curiosity kind of pushes them to actually reach out to you and say, hey, can I get a quote? And that's what you want. You want to invoke an action from your clients. So the first action is to stop and read or view your post. The second action you want them to do is to consider themselves on that trip. Like, hey, can I do that? I'd love to go to this destination. Or I wonder if they got, 5 nights instead of 4 nights. So that's number 2. Number 3 call of action is you want them to contact you and actually make the booking. So we want to consider that. And so when you're using this promo wizard in Vax, I would suggest filtering through to the hotel only packages. And depending on your target market, if you want to specialize in budget travel, moderate to luxury, you can filter out this per person price. And then you can also filter out suppliers that do or don't require full payment for the flights. And of course, there are no 1 night, 2 night promos. So I just unchecked that. And then when I hit applied, I got a list of all kinds of different things, plus additional pages. But for the sake of this video, I am going to be focusing on this lovely Vegas deal. This is for Las Vegas, March through December, staying at the MGM Grand. You are booking this through FunJet. And if you book this, it's saying that the deals start at $104 per night. When you stay 3 nights in the comma/more means 3 nights or more, they're going to give you this deal. The deal that I had used too, and I don't, when you look at this, okay, so this deal, the 104 is if you book through FunJet. But if you come down here and do the same thing, same travel dates, right? Same amount of nights, same hotel, but through Apple Vacations, their best deal is $149 a night. So keep that in mind when you're looking at these deals in here, that may be the same destination, the same travel dates. They could all be on promo, but with a different vendor and at different rates. So I am going to use FunJet. We'll hit book now. Take a look. This is from March 20th and beyond. I'm going to remove the flights. Take my Vegas. I've got that there. And March 20th through December. So I'm going to scoot up a little bit and just put in, there was a note saying that like these had to start on a Thursday departure or what have you. So I would say Monday through a Thursday and check out the dates. So we got 2 adults. That is a long time. Hold on. Excuse me. Tuesday through Thursday. I need to go back to Monday through Thursday. In here, that still doesn't, okay, or longer, or Thursday departure. Let's start with the Thursday. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's do 4 nights and we'll take a look and see. Okay, so if we are March 9th through the 13th, we see that this is coming out at $702 per person. Let's go back and adjust our dates real quick, because I just want to make sure that when we say departure dates, that maybe if we start on a Saturday and then depart on the Thursday, let's check that out. The deal rate that we saw from 104 a night, that is the starting rate at any given day between that window. But I'm taking us through this so that way we can kind of see what's going on. MGM, and let's take a look. Now look at this. When I came in on a Saturday and left on a Thursday, the rate is now $670. When we started on a Thursday and ended, 4 nights later, it was $950. That is a huge difference. So you want to make sure that when you're looking at these vendor deals, that you're paying attention to the guidelines, the booking guidelines. Great, it has that date range, but the fine point of those guidelines is that you have to start or end on a certain day, or it only goes between a certain amount of days in that date range. So pay attention to that. I'm just going to select this, but I know that it's the MGM. Second part of this, now that we found our deal, we know where we're going, for how long we're going. Vegas is one of the places that not every vendor will carry transfers or excursions and things like that for. So, but let's just try in the features area. Some of the hotels will give you free parking, and then other hotels will require that you pay for parking. And I don't like to tie people up with parking. So I'm going to look right here. It says round trip hotel transfers for 2 people is $30 a pop. So that's $60 in here. And then we will also look at, an excursion of some kind, or maybe travel protection. This travel protection is for a credit refund versus cash back. It is $70 a person. If you add the travel insurance, you know that has to be payable with your deposit. But let's look at the lip smacking foodie tour. We'll pick a date, and that is another $300. So technically, by shifting their dates, we were saving them around $300 just on the hotel portion alone. So if they save their dates, they're going to get the same amount of time in that destination, plus an excursion and transfers, and still be underneath that $900 budget. You could even opt out for something, cheaper or more affordable in terms, lip smacking food, optional beverage package add-on, must be purchased with your tour. So this is for the drinks, self-guided finger licking foodie tour, 2-person minimum. This is a lot more affordable at $89 a person. You can add that however you see fit. I'm just going to add the first one, the lip smacking foodie culinary experience for $300 or $298. And now I see that my package price is $1,028.97. So that's still a good perk. If we take off $60 for the transfers, then we are equating to the same rate had they traveled Thursday and beyond for 5 days and 4 nights versus starting on a Saturday and departing on a Thursday. They saved $300. So now that we know MGM Grand, our extra excursion, and our round trips, this is your package, but we're not necessarily promoting this specific date and extra excursion and transfers. The goal of this lesson is to figure out what can we do in making a reel or a video to help promote that. I'm going to back it up a little bit because, like I said, I technically created this video already and it got deleted. But I'm going to back up and kind of show you a little bit of what my thought process was in creating this video. And I'm going to show that to you. So this is what the final product of my promo video or reel is going to look like. And I'm just going to retrace those steps to kind of show you how I got there. The first thing I did when I came to Canva is I clicked on Canva videos and I went to my mobile videos. Now you can do Instagram Reel, TikTok, or what have you, but I'm choosing my mobile video. In doing my mobile video, you'll see all kinds of suggested templates. I did select a template from this list in that I knew that I wanted my words to come out like a typewriter. So I saw this sunset in the grass kind of 25-second video, and I'm using this as my template. I also want to note that this changes, with the algorithm or the platform, where maybe on YouTube, the videos or YouTube shorts are best at 20 seconds long, but on TikTok, they want 8 seconds, and on Instagram, they want 10 seconds, and on Facebook, they want 5 seconds, whatever it is. I would suggest that you can always keep your video long, and then as you name it, you can download it based on the platform. So we could say Vegas promo, then hyphen say IG or hyphen Facebook, hyphen YouTube shorts, whatever it is that you're going to do. So that way you can come here down to the bottom and adjust the limitations of how long you want your video to be. I chose to make my video 7.5 seconds because that's still a good time frame for IG, Facebook, and TikTok. The second thing is I need to select my background or kind of figure out where I want to go with this. So one of the things that I know that I want is I want to highlight the name of my business, and I want to highlight my contact area or what the overall message is in my video. And I like to do that by adding in other shapes and other elements. So I'm going to start with my rectangles because that's what I like to start with. So I am going to kind of adjust my rectangle as a banner at the top, and I'm going to go use my brand colors, which I love are orange, and I'm going to also double copy that and bring it down here. The other part to that is that I want to add my words, and I know that this is a Vegas travel offer. I want my Vegas travel offer to be on one line, but I also need it to be within the space that I'm trying to use. So I'm going to just make sure that I'm adjusting my frame so it's nice and centered. And I also want it to be bold so that it sticks out better, larger than the future message that I'm going to add here. At the bottom, I would say you want to either add your logo or contact information. Vegas. Your contact information or something along with your brand. Maybe it's just your website, right? Or maybe it is your first and last name and phone number. But you want that part to be stationary. So just like here in my Vegas offer, the very first thing I'm going to do is come to the typewriter because that animation was already built into this template. And I'm just going to say that I want remove animation. So now there's no animation there. I'm going to copy it, bring it down here, and maybe I'll just, for the video, I will put the website. And then, of course, you want / need that to fit into that space on one line. So we will adjust accordingly. And I also like it to be bold too because I want people to, find me. I want them to know who to contact. And I will adjust that bottom line so that it is minimized. It's not as big as the overall message of my post, but my people know how to find me, right? The other thing I'm going to do is I love using video on videos. I love using layers, whether it's motion on still, meaning a video in the background and a still picture in the front, or motion in motion where it's the same video front and back, but there's an added element to kind of alter the view and add some depth or content to it. So first I am going to go to my videos, and earlier I typed in Vegas. I've chosen a 27 second video that I'm going to drag and drop into the background because it has all of those Vegas night lights that are very attractive for clients. But as you can see, my white words do not stand a chance with that. So that's kind of where my layering comes in. The next part of this is I'm going to use a frame. I like to use Polaroid, laptop, iPhone, maybe even like a social media mock-up. I like to use frames that kind of add a different element or make people look at the view a little different. So I'm gonna add the cell phone element, but as you can see, it's kind of small, which is not going to be very helpful for clients to really see the details of the promo that you're trying to offer. So I'm going to size it and center it. I need it in the middle, latitude and longitude of my post, because I just like it when things look a certain way. So I'm going to move my words out just a little bit, and I'm going to go back to my video source and grab that same video again. So now I have that motion on motion that I like. But again, we know that the words are not going to stand a chance. So I'm also going to add a layer by using just another square. And in this square, I'm going to zoom in because I want you to see where it goes wrong or go your limits, right? Because you want this next layer to look very seamless with your phone frame. So I start to make sure that my corner here is at the very furthest I can go within that cell phone frame. And I'm going to bring it all the way over because what I want to see is that I'm able to cover that whole video as much as possible in the background. And that actually looks pretty good right there. And so now I'm going to turn this orange rectangle black, and I'm going to adjust the transparency. When I adjust the transparency, I'm going to put this so you can kind of see it. When I adjust the transparency and I still have the motion in motion, it allows the bright Vegas night lights in the background to attract my clients, but at the same time, the darker version in the middle is not so bright that my message is getting lost. My clients are able to focus on what it is that I want them to see. So going back to the special, we know that we are looking at the MGM Grand. We are looking at the MGM Grand Hotel and Casino. And we will put that here. I am also going to duplicate this because I want the name of MGM Grand Hotel and Casino to be bolded, but not as large as my overall header at the top. So I'm going to bring it down a bit and see if I can get hotel and casino on the same line. And nice and center, and my font is 41.45, so that also means that when I want to talk about the details, that my details need to be not bolded and also smaller than 41.5. So maybe like a 38 would be pretty good, so we can see the contrast between these. We want to say stay 3 nights, stay 3+ nights. And when you stay 3+ nights between, let's just say March through December, or just March through December 2023, with a Thursday departure, right? Receive a $104 starting point, so put that asterisk, nightly rate. And we can even separate that, or 0.00. Nightly rate. Nightly, or maybe we should put nightly rates. Nightly rate from $104. We'll put that asterisk. And so now that we have that here, you have one more element, just one more chance for people to gravitate towards your travel brand. Now, do you want to be the face of that brand, or do you want them to recognize your logo? When you have a marketing plan, you kind of decide that early on. So if you know that people recognize your face before they recognize your logo, then you want to add your face. If you know that they recognize your logo before your face, then this is the opportunity to add your logo. Because I'm doing this black transparency, I would use a watermark base logo, and we will need a frame for that. So I'm gonna add my frame, then come back to my logo, and in my logo I'm going to bring this down, and I don't want it to overpower what I'm stating, but I do want to make sure that people are able to see it. So again, you know me, I like to be in the center. If you want to add a pop of color, go for it. This is kind of what it would look like. If you're using your brand colors and your brand colors are in your logo, that still looks great. It's eye-catching. Remember that your logo, though, does not have any animation to it. But all the words behind it does. So maybe what you can do is choose how you want that logo to come up or out. And I'm going to use the pan. So I'll show you what this looks like from a colored logo standpoint, also from a watermark logo. Oh, it's moving a little slow. But you can see my logo here. I'm going to get out of here. And then if I choose to do a watermark, meaning, you know, like a white logo, I can put that there. And that is also kind of in line with what I want them to see. But for the sake of this video, let's keep it at the colored logo. And we will rock with that. Now remember, based on your platform or what your goals are, you want to adjust the length of time in your video. And let's say I know that this is kind of like the top of the strip, but if I want to adjust the background to my Vegas area, you can double click and adjust that as well. And here is my final product. So I hope that this was helpful for you guys today, and that you were able to take a chance in finding a vendor promo deal, how to make that into a reel with some type of content to it. Now, mind you, when we're looking at this particular reel, we only have 3 bits of what that promo is. Stay 3+ nights, March through December, with a Thursday departure, and get nightly rates from $104. Now that's just the video. You still would need to want to put some content into the meat and potato of your post. And when we do that, you want to look at video 1 of this series on how I went over, like, hey, how to come up with your captions and recap and things like that. Make sure that when you use this, that you are using your hashtags. If this is the MGM Grand Hotel, another thing that I like about this particular design, or when I do leave space, and let me kind of show you that, is you see this space here underneath my logo, but above the final outline of the phone. If you are doing this on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, this area is a great area where once you upload your video, you can tag that hotel. When you tag a hotel or their social media account, it does help your views of your video get further reach, and that is important. So don't forget to tag your vendor right here. If you're like, hey, well, what does that look like? Just so that you can kind of see, because some people are visual, we would just say tag MGM hotels or whatever their handle is. And so when you are on Facebook, Instagram, you just add their tag right here. So people know, like, hey, I'm tagging this business, I'm promoting you, and make sure that when you're using your hashtags that you also find the hashtag for that resort, that destination, that cruise line, that you find those hashtags and you are also putting that into your social post as well. Again, I hope you enjoyed this video and have a good day.